Alright, guys. Well, it's Mother's Day. Um, First off, happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to the people who are mothers, to the mother figures out there. Happy Mother's Day. Um, for me, Mother's Day is a hard day for me because, like, I don't, like, it's hard for me, like, to actually do things with my mom, like, that girls my age would do, like, take her out to eat, or, like, take her to get her hair done, or nails done, or whatever it is that we would do. Have just like a mommy children date thing, basically. Well, it's hard for me to do that, so because you can't really get her out of the house. So usually I just call her, which that's is what I did, because if you, for some reason, with my mom's issue, because she had a stroke which caused an aneurysm and her brain to burst, with her not being able to talk very well, it's so much easier for her to talk on the phone than it is in person. And so on the holidays where, like, I actually want to, like, see if she has anything to say, I'll give her a call. And then I'll probably go see her the next day or later that day. But she's about to, it's late now, it's like 6:30 or whatever. She's about to go back to bed, so I'll go see her tomorrow. But on the holidays, I like to hear what she has to say. And today it was like insane, because I was like, "Hey mom, how are you?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm good, a little tired, you know." And I'm like, "Oh yeah." And like, that's usually how the conversations start out, and then they kind of fade away. And then randomly she was like, "So when do you have to go to work for a long time again?" And like, I was like, what work are you talking about? And then she got like really stressed out and stuff. And I was like, "Mom, but hey, it's okay. Like, that was really good that you were able to even like say that, because like it's so hard for her to get phrases out, you know." I was like, "That was excellent that you got that out. Like, freaking 10 out of 10. Fantastic. I love that. I love saying that. Love hearing that." And then she was like, I could hear her crying about it. And that sucks. I hate it when she cries, because she's the strongest person I know. I just hate it. It like crushes your heart, you know? Um, and I told her, I was like, "Hey mom, so you know when I was little and I had like a really bad like speech impediment, and like I stuttered a lot?" And she was like, "Yeah," which, with that, she actually could remember that, or she could just be agreeing. So we don't know, but this is actually true, what I'm telling you. Um I was like, "So you know how like you told me to slow down and think about what I had to say before I say it, so my brain doesn't like, so my mouth doesn't go ahead of my brain, basically." And she was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "That's exactly what we need to do here." I was like, "Mom, with you, your brain is slower than what you want it to be. There's a part of your brain that it has the knowledge in it, but the part of the brain that brings knowledge out into words is slower, so we need to think about what you have to say." You know what I mean? And she was like, "Yeah, it's hard, blah blah blah." And I was like, Hell, I know it's hard. It took me like 3 years to be able to talk how I talk now, and I'm still pretty rough at talking." I can't argue with people with words, because then I stutter and it's not good. That's why I hit people. I don't hit them, but like, that's why I'm like, "What, you want to freaking say something? Like, I'll hit you." Like, I literally just threaten them with that, and usually they back up, or then we end up getting in fights. That never usually happens, so they usually like back up. They're like, I'm like, "Yeah." So, but I don't know. That was like crazy, and it's insane how comfortable she is with talking on the phone rather than talking to me in person. Um, in training, which this was a really hard phone call in general, it was Thanksgiving and we got phone calls, and I called my grandparents to talk to my mom. And she was like, I can literally hear the voice in my head. I was like, "Hey mom." She was like, "Hi." And I'm like, "Do you know who this is?" She's like, "No." I was like, "It's your little girl, it's Ellie." And she was like, "Hi." And she started to cry. I was like, "Mama, it's okay. Like, it's all right." And my drill instructor knew about my mom, and she let me have like an extra like 2 minutes because I told her that she was like crying, and I'm trying to like talk to her about something, and she just like nodded. She was like, okay, whatever. So I got like 2 extra minutes, and she I was like, Mama, calm down, like talk to me, what's up? And then all I heard her say is like, why did you do this? And it was so insane because I was expecting her to say something like, I miss you, blah blah blah, or like something like that. But it was like, why did you do this? Like, that's what she said. And I was like, well, I did it for you. But like, with that, it's just crazy like how comfortable she is with talking on the phone than it is right in front of me. Like, I don't know, it just makes me wonder, like why is she more comfortable? Is it because like she can't see? Does she get excuse me? Does she get nervous seeing people's faces, and then it's just easier for her to talk on the phone? I don't know. If you guys have any answers to that, let me know because I am lost on that part. I don't know. But like when she talks, she could be having a full conversation and randomly she could just put a different word in there. Like she'll be talking about like I don't even know. She'll be like, so how's your day doing? Blah 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 blah, and then randomly say like lamp or something. Like after her stroke, which caused the aneurysm and the brain to burst, her brain got so twisted. Like it was so messed up after that, and it's hard to see that because she had such a beautiful brain. Like it worked so perfectly. She was very intelligent. She was very wise. Like it's just crazy knowing that all that can be destroyed in the matter of like a few seconds. And I'm talking about this not only because it's Mother's Day, but because yesterday it happened to one of my family's friends. She had a stroke which caused an aneurysm in her brain to burst, and we're life flighted off to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where my mom was shipped to. And it's probably gonna end up me talking to the family. So that's the thing. Is like I don't mind it. It's just it sucks that stuff happens. You know what I mean? Like I don't mind talking about it. Don't get me wrong. Like people. I feel like it's something that everyone should know about. Like it's definitely an important topic that people aren't aware of, and then once it happens, they're like, well, why, like blah blah, like it's something that just happens, it's like kind of like how people are like diagnosed with cancer, like you don't know if it's exactly gonna happen to you, you don't know like what's up, like it's just a roller coaster. Well, that's the exact same thing, except that there's no idea, we have no clue how to cure this stuff, like other than like trying to teach them from the beginning, if that works, because usually people are at an older age when this happens, so it's not like they have enough it's not like they have enough time to learn everything from the beginning again. Also, it's all depending on if they make it through all the surgeries of getting the fluid out of their brains and out of their bodies where it's not supposed to be, and if they get shunts put in, then if they make it through that. My mom had like other surgeries too. I can't remember exactly what they were, but if they're able to make it through all, like she had tubes going in her body, is like it's crazy. Like the doctors told me that there's sometimes where people don't get off their breathing tubes, and the fact that my mom was able to start breathing on her own was a miracle all its own. I was like, that's pretty cool, because they said it was because she's so young, which I do believe that has a very big impact on the situation. But I think it's because how stubborn she is. Like, she doesn't freaking want something holding her back like a breathing tube. She was out of all those tubes in the matter of like most of the tubes. She still had the feeding tube, I think it was. I think it was a feeding tube. She still had the feeding tube till like month 6, 7. I can't remember. I remember she had it till Evansburg. Oh, that was 13 months. So like 13 months my mom had the feeding tube in, but like all the other stuff, like the tubes that went in her brain and her breathing tube and her I can't remember. There's another tube. They were all taken out within like the first 3 to 6 months, and that's huge because we didn't think she was gonna make it that far. We didn't think she was gonna make it as far as she did now, and here she is, like talking to me on the third Mother's Day since the incident on January 4th, 2016. So it's the third Mother's Day. Yeah. So basically, that's what happened today. Happy Mother's Day. Next video will be about how I'm going to Arizona, and I'm gonna leave you guys on that cliffhanger because it's gonna be lit. Alright, stay classy.